The labels we grow up underneath, the labels that we are given as the scapegoats in the family, or family, the narcissistic family system, that group of relatives, how do we overcome those labels? The inspiration from this video is a question comment that was left, so I'm going to go ahead and read it. Let's get into it, shall we? Marnie, my family also indoctrinated me to think I was crazy. Would you consider making a video on how we can look at the labels we grew up with as lies and how to shake them off as informed adults? Thanks for considering. Such a great question, and one that I think we've all had to wrestle with at one point in time or another. I mean, you know, it's really hard to shake off those labels when we're the ones who end up standing alone on an island and they're all together, right? We got ostracized in some capacity, whether it's through full-on estrangement or distance or the way that they talk about us, because we dared to push back and say we're not going to take it anymore. That's what really, you know, solidified those labels into place. Seeing them band together can make us feel like there's something wrong with us, and other people who shouldn't matter, the judgment of, well, they're all together, why are you the only one, right? The proof is in the numbers and all of those things. People who clearly don't understand how cult systems work. A narcissistic family system is a cult system. It works with the same sort of torture, brainwashing, and hierarchy as an actual cult does. And when you start to understand that, the labels start to lose their stick. So the labels that I carried for a very long time, family liar, which, I mean, I knew I wasn't lying, but if they say so, maybe I don't remember it correctly, that kind of thing. Damaged goods. Now that one, I was sure was spot on for decades. I felt damaged. I felt unlovable, undeserving. I felt all of those things that I was told outright that I was. I mean, look what I did. I ran away. Look what I did to the family. At 13, I lived on the streets. Look what I did to the family. Like, this was the thing. This is the damage that I caused. And when you're a child hearing you're the one causing the damage, you believe you're the one causing the damage. Isn't it interesting how powerful we believe we are? Because they tell us, like, I used to get told that I was going to give my grandfather a heart attack and he would die if I didn't call him. That was my mother's favorite thing. If only I could give him a heart attack so he died and stopped abusing me. How great would that have been? It's such a weird thing to believe I had the capability to do that and then not do anything with it. There's the label. So that's a form of a label of how powerful we are, that we create such strife for everybody else through our crazy that they have to ignore us, talk about us, abuse us, and all of those different things. So how do we come away from living down to those labels, or if not living down to them, feeling like they are a part of us? And, you know, it's kind of like if you have a chalkboard and you write all those words on the chalkboard and you erase it. No matter how many times you erase it, you may not see the words anymore, but you still see that the chalkboard is never returned to that pristine place of where it began before those words were written, right? That's what it's like inside our bodies. That's what we're carrying around with us. So intellectually, we may be able to deal with it quite well, but emotionally, we're in a weakened state because there's that faded chalkboard thing happening. And what I would say to you is what I live. And what I live is consider the source. Consider the source. Personally, I walked away from the people who were hurting me. And it seems to me that people who would name call and hurt another human being might be the kind of people who are the names that they're calling that person. Doesn't that make sense? So times where I felt like I was damaged, I would look for the evidence. Well, how am I damaged? What have I done that's so damaging? And I've looked for the tangible things. And then I've kind of looked in the other direction and gone, Are they damaged? How are they damaged? And I've looked for the tangible things, and inevitably I'm going to find them, because that is the reality, that they are actually damaged human beings who choose to use their damage to hurt somebody else. And we may have some breakage that we have to heal and work on, but we are far from damaged, because we wouldn't go out of our way to destroy another person. Does this help you? I hope it does. It definitely has helped me to heal from those labels. And now, you know, maybe here and there's a little residue from the label, but the label is long, long gone otherwise, you know, outside of that. And the little bit of adhesive, it's only there because sometimes I have a moment of self-doubt, and that just makes me human. Okay, I can work past that. You know how they go, it's not a big deal? That's actually not a big deal, because ultimately I get to choose who I am in this world, not them. I define me, not them.